Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Over the weekend, cable TV really hit a crossroads with a battle between Disney, which is a company that you know, but the other player here is Charter. Not a company that everybody knows because it's a cable provider, so more of a local company. If you subscribe to them, you're probably aware of who they are, and you probably are aware that Disney channels, including ESPN, have been taken off of Charter, at least at the time that I am recording this. But what's interesting is not that there's a dispute over carriage fees or what Charter is going to be paying Disney for their channels. What's interesting is what an existential crisis this is for the industry. I want to go through some of the comments that Charter made and why this could be a really big deal for the industry, not only Disney, not only Charter, but everybody involved long term. My name is Travis William. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And if you like this video, check out my newsletter Asymmetric in the show notes. Check out my newsletter Asymmetric Investing in the show notes. I even did a deep dive on Disney and talked a lot about the dynamics in streaming. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. And I'll show you the transcript from a call that Charter had with investors recently. This is the transcript from a recent call. And if you're curious where I'm getting this, this is on Koifin. All of the transcripts are available on Koifin. And that's what I use to do a lot of this research. The thing that jumped out to me in this is the way that Charter talks about cable and their view on the video product in general. I want to start with this part right here. We respect the quality product that Disney produces and its management team, but the video ecosystem is broken. Over the last 5 years alone, the linear video industry, including traditional and virtual MVPDs, this is things like YouTube TV or Hulu Live, have lost nearly 25 million customers, almost 25% of the total industry's customers. It's staggering. I'm disappointed that Disney so far has insisted on higher prices, forcing customers to take their products when they don't want them or can't afford them, and asking us to require customers to pay for direct-to-customer apps their linear fees are already paying for. So the dynamic that's going on here is Charter would like to include access to the direct-to-customer apps, things like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, when ESPN goes over the top or basically doesn't require the cable infrastructure. They want to include that product with their linear cable bundle. That's what Charter is looking for. Disney is saying, hey, we don't need you to sell ESPN over the top or Disney Plus for us. We're selling that and we're selling it direct to customers. So we're not going to just include that with the subscription to the ESPN channel. That's really the crux of this. And that's why Charter is saying that the ecosystem is broken and the financial business model is broken for them. But here's the blow and the one line that really, I think, puts the entire thing into perspective. Because we have reached the point of indifference under the current industry model, we have a unique ability to stand firm for a deal where Disney and Charter cooperate to create video products that are valuable and relevant to customers. They are indifferent to a massive piece of their business. Now, that may not be 100% true, but the fact that they would say that on a call with investors, I think is really telling about the state of cable today. Now, there are a lot of dynamics going on here, but the big picture story is that Disney in particular, through its ownership of ESPN, has really benefited from the cable bundle because they were able to bundle all of their channels together and sell them to every single cable customer because they had ESPN. So if ESPN went off the air, there were a lot of people that would complain, and that gave Disney the power to charge more money. They supposedly want $10 a month for ESPN alone on top of all the other channels that they're going to be including in the package that they're selling to these cable companies. Cable companies, as a result, have to pass on those higher fees to customers, which causes customers to cancel more. So they're losing business in that way. Over the last 20 years or so, the money for the cable companies is actually made in broadband. So that's where the indifference comes from. They don't necessarily need the video product anymore because they're making their money on broadband. At the same time, Disney is trying to transition to a streaming service that's currently not making money and needs more distribution partners. So they could see a decline in revenue and earnings continue in the business like ESPN and their linear programs while they're burning money trying to grow out the linear business. It's really just a terrible situation for everybody. And there's no easy answers. If Charter does decide to stick this out and allow customers to cancel, The reports are that they're actually pointing people to products like YouTube TV. We could see Charter effectively exit this business and more customers move to the YouTube TVs, the Hulu Lives of the world. That's actually okay for Disney because those companies are paying the carriage fees for ESPN and Disney's other services. So that could be a bridge. Ultimately, Disney wants to have customers move to a direct to consumer model, and that's going to take a lot longer. That's going to take not moving 10 million customers, but 100 million customers to paying for something like ESPN directly, whether that's through Disney's own bundle or it's through just the ESPN app. And this may actually force Disney's hand to move quicker on that than they wanted to. I think the takeaway here is that we are at a crossroads. And unless they reach a deal in the next week or so, when the NFL season starts, this could drag on for quite a long time and could hurt both companies in the process. So something I'm going to be covering a lot here. What do you think about these dynamics between Charter and Disney and the cable industry in general? Leave your comments in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.